Shane Squad, how are you today? Hope you are having an awesome, amazing day. Feels amazing outside. And check out the hawk. I spiked it up. I don't know if it actually spiked up the back, but I tried. Jen was supposed to go to the doctor's today, but I don't know if she's still going. I think we're still going to go somewhere else. I have no idea what's going on. I have a feeling that Jen's going to try to scare me. Oh, I thought you was going to try to scare me. Because I've seen you.
You want to find your laptop?
We can.
I don't know how much they'll give me for it because my ratio went down.
Luna, why are you being grouchy? Can I have your tail? Can I have your tail? This is my tail. Can I have it? Is that your babies? Look at those babies, Luna. Look at those babies. Oh, is that your baby? Huh? Is this your baby? That's my babies. Can I have your babies? Can I have your babies? Luna, what's wrong with you? I'm gonna get your babies. This is my babies. Can I have your babies? This is my tail too. This is my tail. This is my tail. I thought you was peeing. Now look at that. Well, she started it with him. See?
Oh, Luna and time. But Luna's actually being a bit.
If you ask her if you can have her tail, she gets mad. My laptop. I have to pawn my laptop again. We have another laptop at the house, but the only way it'll work is if I plug in the cord and put it up against the wall, hold it there, and it'll come on. But if that barely moves, it'll completely shut the computer off. Completely. I'm gonna miss my laptop. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's literally trash. It's bag ain't.
We're at McDoodles. You'll feel better once you eat or something. Jen's been taking her medicine. It's not making her feel any better. It's making her feel worse. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, their hamburgers make me sick to my stomach. I ate all the fries, took a couple bites of the hamburger, and I just feel sick to my stomach. I want that. It's a 3-wheel bike. Mom tagged me in a post on Facebook where there's apparently a trail that leads to an abandoned village somewhere in Ohio. One day, find it first and then go explore it. One day. Do you feel any better since you ate something?
A little.
I told Jen I think it's the medicine that's making her feel sick because she's like taking the medicine. It's sort of like Prozac, and that's what I took. It didn't make me sick, but it just kind of made me more depressed and more like zoned out. I was kind of like a zombie. My mom instantly took me off that medication because it was just making me worse. We're doing the same thing to Jen. We was going to go to the trail that I went through before, but I noticed that there's houses over here in Guyana that have a lot of history to it. But look at this. That is cool how somebody painted that. It makes me want to go to the Mothman where they painted all kinds of things on the wall. Here's a better picture of it.
I've been on this walk 1,000 times. I can tell you everything about Guyana.
I wonder how long it actually took somebody to paint this.
This is the parallel house. I need it shade.
So apparently this house has a lot of history to it. It's really pretty. Does somebody live in it, or?
I don't know if actually someone lives in it or not, but I know it's supposed to be haunted.
There's a little stand thing right here, so we can go read about it. It's the Mady Carroll House. During the Civil War, this was the home of Mary Carroll, who narrowly managed to save it from destruction when much of Guyana was burned on November 11, 1861. So when Guyana burned down? After capturing the town on November 10th, 1861, and rounding up civilian unions and federal recruits, Confederate forces under Cole John left Guyana with their prisoners.
The next day, as they departed, the steamboat Boston arrived with the 5th West Virginia and embarked. They heard stories of alleged massacre and procession. Listen, I don't do
Processionist, I think?
I don't do good in reading. The processionist residents had assisted the Confederate cavalry in the I don't like how it's like that.
Yeah.
Jen Smith's commander, John Zingler, believed that to have ordered Wyandotte burned in retaliation. 2 accounts of how Mary Carroll saved her home. One is that she barricaded herself and her children in the brick kitchen and refused to come out. The other is that she went out into the street and pleaded with the soldiers not to burn her house because her husband was ill inside. The frustrated soldiers burned the barn at the rear of the house. There's another sign back there I never even noticed. Aware that the 9th West Virginia Infirmary had stored supplies in it. In 1892, Mary Carroll filed a claim with the federal government to be reimbursed for the loss of the barn and had a small dwelling located somewhere else. This is the house that was floated down the Ohio River from Gallipolis, Ohio. She moved the entire house. The house was floated down the Ohio River from Gallipolis, Ohio on a floatboat in 1810. Thomas and Mary Carroll bought it in 1855 later. First Catholic Church in Cabell County. The current barn is a replica of a Capellan barn, so I guess the barn is what, right there? Yeah. So that's the one that was actually
So she saved the house while putting it on a boat and floated it here? Or?
Yeah, so Mary Carroll didn't buy it until 1855.
Yeah.
So in 1810, this house, the whole house, was on a boat floating down the Ohio River from Gallipolis. Literally floated on a boat.
That is cool.
I never even noticed the other sign. I always noticed that sign. So there's 2 stories. One that she barricaded herself inside. One is that she pled with the soldiers to not burn her house down.
Battle of Wyandotte.
Yep, this is the whole thing about the battle.
We don't have to read it all. It's just, I wonder why they wanted to burn everything down for. It's kind of cool that she saved the house, so now it has like tons of history to it. These things are just talking about the Civil War. I didn't know they had the Civil War in Wyandotte.
Yeah, Wyandotte's famous for it. So that's the barn.
So they just like rebuilt what it looked like. They just rebuilt it that looked like what they burnt down. That's cool how it's built.
Because the soldiers burnt it down instead of the house because they didn't know that other soldiers from the war would stuff in that.
Jen says that this cemetery is supposed to be haunted.
That church is too.
Yeah, I remember you telling me something about the church being haunted.
The woman in black. Real late at night, you're supposed to follow guys home.
That's cool. That makes me want to come over at nighttime just to walk around to see if it actually like happens or if anything happens.
The one over there that's fenced in.
$17.59. Some of these don't even have names. So what is this one that's...
This one that's fenced in, they put a fence around it because they were afraid that he would come back to life.
Who is it?
I don't know, remember.
They think he's gonna come back alive?
So they put a fence around him.
Couldn't he just climb over the fence?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh yeah. He come back as like a zombie, a vampire. 1788 and 1849. These ones are sort of like knocked over. Look, is that an egg? It's a little bird's egg. Cool, wonder why this one's like...
That's how they used to bury him. Or Mary, I'm sorry, Mary.
In memory of Lewis, son of S&S Hand. It's hard to read because accident on board, he like getting old. It's hard to read. Something while his tender parents waited. I can't really read it. Jacob, who did at the place September. Beneath this tome inside, it's hard to read.
Something dust. Gales This mad weird ass words back in the 1829.
Like some of these tombstones have words on it, but they're hard to read because I think it's the type of English that they use and the writing, like the handwriting of it. What is this one?
Erected October 19th. are to commemorate the soldiers of the Revolutionary War who lie buried here and elsewhere in Cabell County, and whose achievements are the priceless heritage of the American people. This is just saying we're sorry that we don't actually know if you're actually here, if you're buried here without a tombstone.
So there's people buried here and don't even have a tombstone? Oh my gosh, we could be walking on people right now and not even know it.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry. No disrespect to you people. Ah, get off of me.
One of them wanted to attack with you. Yeah.
That moment I start becoming possessed. Born May
3rd,
1768.
died January 27th, 1886.
Remember how I told you, you noticed the dates? This one, 1792, there's a 2. 1826, there's a 2 right here. And then over here, 1763 to 1886. 68 and then an 8.
1793, he died in 1861. He was born February 18th,
And look,
17.
and died 1861. The 8.
When Guyandotte flooded, the water was all the way up to the 2nd story.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Water was all the way up there to the 2nd story. The whole house was flooded in. People came by boats and was handing food and supplies out from the window. That building's part of history.
Which one? The purple one?
Yeah. VFW is part of history.
It's cool how half of these houses like have so much history to it. If we did this in social studies, like I think I would learn a lot better if we actually went.
And walked
like,
around.
yeah, instead of reading it out of a book. Like,
I did. That's how I learned about it.
Because if you're reading out of a book, it's going to be like, oh, this is boring, you know. But if you were actually there and taking a tour and everything, you probably would learn a lot better and it'd be more interesting.
That's how I remembered it. It's just coming here through the walks. VFW, they have balls when the Civil War days are in.
Maybe in the future, schools should start thinking about that. You want kids to learn, do hands-on type things.
I don't remember what it used to be.
It's a Keenan house. Library? Is that what libraries used to look like?
I guess. I don't really remember what this, I just know it's part of the history. I know most of them. I know where they are.
It's actually really pretty from this way. And I've actually mentioned in the vlog before when I walked past here one time that this church is supposed to be haunted. It looks really creepy.
1864? 1804, how about?
Look at that green house.
That's my mom's favorite house.
The blue one?
Nope. On the side of it.
Oh, that white one?
Yeah.
Isn't that one like apparently somebody got killed in or something?
She wants that house so bad.
You guys see that house right there, the white one? Somebody was murdered in it. And apparently that's the house that Jen's mom wants. Dude, you imagine like living in that? Looks like the door's shaking. Ooh, smell that tree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It is.
smell it. This tree smells so amazing. Oh my gosh. I want this tree. People is driving by, they're like, why is there people smelling trees? Smells good. This house looks pretty old. This house looks like it would have some history to it because how old, the way it looks. I love how it's built like that. Yeah, this house is abandoned. That would be such a beautiful house. And it just sits there and just gets destroyed. Just like that house. I wonder if anybody lives in that or if it's empty too. And I swear in my old videos, I took a picture of this house before. And now it's like, something happened to it.
I think they're working on it.
That is crazy. I'm pretty sure I have it in one of my older vlogs. But it doesn't look like it got burnt down or anything. Oh, yeah, maybe. Or Good, how are you? What are you looking at?
There you go, that's the door.
Does somebody live in it, or is it? Chairs and couches covered up with sheets.
Pretty.
Aww. It is really pretty.
That's the tree that I want.
I was looking at that house back there. It was like some hobo guy that was like, hey. I was like, hey. And he was like, how are you? And I'm like, good, how are you? And I started walking away. I got it on film. I was like, I'm just looking at this house. I'm not coming to you. Let's get a house like this. Green and everything. Why? It'd be an amazing color.
What's up?
Oh, let's get it. We'll have a green house. Look, even the things are green.
Victorian built 1850.
Wow. So this house was built in 1850.
We're gonna paint it.
No, leave it green. Make it more neon green.
Not have a neon green house.
Why not?
No.
You're boring.
Shut up. That was all the way up there.
I can't imagine water being that high. Dude, I would have like been dead.
Wait, let's walk this way, because this is the...
This is a really pretty house.
I've always loved this house. I didn't know it goes all the way down here.
Gosh, that is a huge house. See, that's what I always thought. Ah! Stupid bus.
It's always
But
what you thought was.
I always thought that's the red doors on the houses meant that's the soldiers' safe house. Would let soldiers come in to be safe, or am I thinking about the slaves?
I thought it was the slaves.
Somebody comment down below. What is it? Is it the slaves or the soldiers? I remember learning about it in history, but I just don't remember if it was like the slaves were safe
Jesus.
or.
Oh God.
Aww.
I think that's a box. That's it.
I don't know. It looks like might be a. Wonder if it's a food box or if it's a book box.
I don't know.
It's crazy. That scream came from the house. The house that you said that got murdered. Creepy. That is very creepy. So maybe that's the lady in black screaming at
Shut
people.
up.
She's gonna
I
come
hated
get
her.
you.
I hated that thing.
First guy in that Baptist church. Yeah, it's a food box. So we found another food box. Sunday school building. That building. 1993.
Why is it all bricked up?
I don't know. So a while ago, I actually came down here when that big storm hit and I was stuck in the rain. Somebody got mad at their glasses. Yeah, that's the path.
I'm wearing the right shoes for this.
A towel. It looks like a tent. Or was a tent. There's an area up here where a person committed suicide. And if it's still there, the noose and everything's still hung up. It's been a while ago since I was here, so who knows. There's a freaking buggy. A dollar store buggy. Oh my gosh, is that? Okay, I think it's a wig. I thought it was a head. There's shoes. And small blood vessels. Injured tissues around the blood vessel. I swear this is a wig. I'm trying to get to it. There's some pants. Some more underwear. I don't even know what it is. Well, somebody lost their wig. A bunch of clothes.
Girl, if you get light, I'm shaving that damn mohawk of yours. 'Cause I don't want it.
You would shave it anyways because you don't like the mohawk.
No, I hate the mohawk. I don't like you with it. What? Just saying, dude.
This was never here.
Probably washed up when the river was flooded.
Those look like my pants. Oh wow, so the river did this? That is a lot. Why is it only in just this area?
If I was wearing cuter clothes, this would be a cute picture.
Yeah.
Bad if I have to pee.
Well, you're in the woods.
I am not peeing in the woods. What is that?
What?
All the way up there. The stick's sticking up.
I see something. It looks like a tree.
Here. You can barely see it with this thing. Looks like a beaver dam.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. But look at the tree. It looks like a beaver tried to chew on it. Do we have beavers around here? I thought they were just groundhogs, not beavers. Look at all these bottles. A binder. And this was not this big. It was just like a little tiny path. It's like the path got bigger. Oh, look at the goose. Oh, he's so pretty. He's all by himself. What? I thought there was a beaver sitting right there. I had to look twice. I was like, what the? Where'd the goose go?
Right there.
Oh. This is also the area that I swore I seen like an alligator.
We don't have alligators.
Well, it sure looked like one unless it was a big ass fish. It looks like a dress hanging from that tree.
Definitely wrong shoes.
There was so much more weeds right here. There's a wallet. Yeah, they must have cleaned this area up because the last time I came down here it was trash unless the water took it.
So you know, I think the water has cleaned up.
Oh, the trash went back there.
He's over there on my
Aw, your girlfriend's back there. Look, there's a plug-in. The hobos are trying to charge up their phone. Oh my gosh, that was not like that. Eventually that bridge is going to end up falling.
the railroad bridge.
Yeah. It's the reason why they have it blocked off. Where that person, oh my gosh, the whole hillside. You guys that was with me the day that I came here. This was not like this at all. Holy crap. What, are you afraid to walk on it?
A little bit.
Gosh, just think that this was basically up there. Look, that piece just recently fell. No, I don't think the bridge would fall if the ground...
What the fuck?
What is that?
It's Paw Patrol.
Pea pads? Oh, it's not there anymore. The noose was hanging right there. See the rope? Somebody must have cut it down. Somebody making a fire? What is up with all the pea pads? Dog pea pads.
There's so many mosquitoes.
I don't know. There's a sign. Guyan Trail. Somebody threw it down here. I wonder if they were actually making a fire or trying to make meth.
Say meth. It's West Virginia.
But if you guys remember me coming down this way, you should remember the rope that was hanging down and round was nothing like that. Look, it looks like marijuana leaves.
There you go.
Well, it's hard because it's sand. Ah! It's just a big pile of sand. The things that you find, it makes you think of like, what made people bring it down here? Especially that, like the Paw Patrol helmet.
Ready?
Yeah.
I was afraid I was gonna lose my shoe.
It's just gonna float. If you guys are anywhere, you see this Paw Patrol, take pictures of where it's located. We're gonna see how far this helmet can float.
It's gonna go there.
There's a person. I'll laugh in the moment you just go into the water.
I'll cry because I have my phone in my hand.
Hello. Now, if you stood on that part, you probably would fall.
Legit went down about 4 feet since yesterday. I was just up here fishing. It wasn't 3 feet close right here. I'm disappointed, honestly.
I know I was here like maybe a couple months ago when this wasn't even like this. It was just a full path, and now like, now the whole hillside's almost out gone. What are you doing?
I was gonna try to make it over there. There's a hole right there.
You just walk right here.
Me.
Oh, you're just gonna fall down into the earth.
Thanks.
And look yourself right into a hole.
Okay, maybe not. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Probably these trees, you probably used to be up here, and where the ground just like gradually just kept falling, and now the trees are out there. That'd be a pretty picture. I bet you in like a month, if we came back down here, this part would be gone.
Are you happy now?
Yeah.
Are you gonna pout?
I just don't want to go home.
Where else do you want to go?
Is it pillow? Right here's the perfect view of the water. There's a freaking suitcase. Bags. Joy. That would be awful if I like ran into somebody that's like dead. Hello? Is anybody up here? There's like all kinds of clothes. Even down in there is a creek. Those clothes. Weird. Clowns. It looks like there's something over there, but I can't tell. It literally looks like a person covered up, but I can't tell if they're alive or... But it looks like a tarp to a tent, like covered up. There's like a big ball. I can't really tell because I don't have a light. I think I found a dead person. Underneath the bridge. There's like clothes scattered everywhere, and there's like this big lump, and it's like the rocks are buried out, and there's this tarp to the tent up there, and there's like a big lump, and I was like, hello? Is somebody up there? To see if they would answer, but there's nothing, but there's a big lump, and it looks like a body crowded up like this, and I can't tell if it's a person, or I just don't have a light to shine it. But I said hello, and no, nothing moved, but all the rocks are like buried out. Alright guys, so my camera ended up dying. Finally made it here, and it turned out it's not a person, it's actually a mattress folded up.
Oh god, that's scary. Oh god.
What was that? But it looks like somebody's actually living in here. Like underneath this bridge, there's food, there's clothes, and it looks like
Just try to hurry.
they have kids with them. Children's books. They look like they made a fire right here. There's some bathing suits. Just making sure there's not like no child that's like dead or something. Or here's the mattress that I thought somebody was like buried up in a... But somebody actually lives here.
Okay, I've got to get out of here. It's freaking me out.
Just knowing they have kids with them and living up underneath this bridge. One, that makes me feel bad. Two, that is insane. And that explains everything that we found down there. The Paw Patrol helmet and the kids' clothes. They got angry and like threw their clothes everywhere and scattered it. What if somebody really did like found them, took them and murdered them? And that's why their clothes are like scattered everywhere, and they tried to get away but couldn't. I mean, you never know. This world is freaking crazy. You can easily take these rocks, take that rope that they cut down from the bridge, made them sink to the ground.
Listen, you have a wonderful imagination, and I love that, but
you never
they're
know.
hobolos.
But you never know, that could have happened. Maybe that guy's a murderer.
He probably is.
Maybe that's what he's trying to fish for. He's trying to make sure that nobody catches. We got it all figured out. I guess I will see you guys when I get home and get my camera charged up.